Yeah, you're about to be a YouTuber.
Wow.
Hello, it's me, Amy. This is my friend Leslie.
Hi.
She's also a knitter and lives here in Seattle, so I was super excited to have you host me and my husband to visit for the Flock Fiber Festival.
Flock Fiber Festival was a 2-day event held at the Seattle Convention Center Summit in Washington. It was a festival full of independent yarn dyers, shops, crafting notion shops, farms with fiber, and so much more. I was so excited to see in person so many vendors and crafters who I've been admiring through my phone screen for years. Some highlights include seeing the Explorer Knits Farmers Market Collection preview, petting some sheep at Wild Rose Sheep Farm, which honestly I feel like was the highlight of the festival for most attendees, and of course seeing all the beautiful hand-dyed skeins and fiber throughout the whole market. Every booth was thoughtfully set up and I really enjoyed the layout of the marketplace. The doodle samples at the Pacific Knit Co booth were mesmerizing, and I got to browse some self-striping sock yarn at Geektastic Fibres. I love squishing so many new-to-me yarn bases and seeing all of the creative colorways each booth had to offer. I finally got to meet Ashley and Brooke from Sewrella at the Sewrella booth and create my own Petite palette with them. I spent the whole weekend admiring all the hand knits people were wearing, as well as the sample knits featured at all of the booths. Several booths had Flock exclusive items like this Ritual Dyes colorway, and there were so many unique crafty items that weren't just yarn and fiber. An unexpected yarn that I saw at Flock was yarn that illuminated under a black light, which was as awesome as you'd expect it to be. Throughout the weekend, there were panels that you could stop and listen to. I made sure to stop by for a stretch break with Andrea, the knitting PT. Also, throughout the weekend, there were several classes going on, and my cables class with Sari Nordlund was really enjoyable. Overall, Flock exceeded my expectations, and when I was leaving, I wish it had lasted longer. Saturday was definitely a busy shopping-focused day for most attendees, but the Sunday vibes were much more chill and focused on community building. I had so many great conversations with the people that were there. If you said hi to me, it was awesome meeting you. I hope to be able to attend another Flock Fiber Festival in the future.
We thought we'd do a combined haul to show off all the fun goodies that we got. We have our big Flock totes full.
Yeah, these are so nice. They have like the zip top.
They do.
And an inner pocket. It's so big.
It is quite large. And the box bottom is a huge plus. So I heard they are doing another pre-order for the merch. So if you didn't get one at the festival, you can pre-order one sometime online.
I also, as part of the merch, I got, sorry, I feel like I'm starting early. I got the like Flock sweatshirt, which I'm super excited about. It's very cozy.
Yeah. I feel how soft it is on the inside.
Yeah, it's quite soft.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll hold up with like washing, because it's just a Gildan sweatshirt, so like not anything fancy, but
What's a fancy sweatshirt brand?
I don't know.
But not Gildan.
Not Gildan, but it's still great.
All right, maybe we can go by day. Today's Monday, so we're fresh after the festival. Very exhausted, but in a good way. We'll start with Friday. So I got into Seattle Thursday night, and so we went to Bainbridge on Friday, which was really cool. So we went to La Mercerie and the Lamb and Kid, both are yarn shops. I'll start with La Mercerie. They are the yarn shop that like put on the festival, so it was really cool to see their store. Apparently their location is like new, like they just moved in recently. It was really beautiful, and I knew I wanted to get some Durarum Natura Ulysse for the Sari Nordlund sweater called the Vivian pullover. They had a whole wall of the Ulysse, so we could pick from like every single color, and we spent like a good amount of time deciding what color I should get.
Yeah, did you talk to your followers about your like color palette?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of you guys are aware of the color analysis. I think by the time I post this, I will not have posted the color analysis video yet, but it is soon to be posted.
Okay. But yeah, we were comparing with her like color palette to like the yarns, and I was like, this nice color would be so good.
Yeah, so this is the color Merlot, and it's this beautiful dark purpley red maroon color. Merlot, I feel like, is a good description of it. And I love how it's kind of multicolored, and I think it's gonna look really nice in that like Sari Nordlund textured sweater.
I agree.
I feel like I'm a little worried that it is like a dark color, like from afar, like maybe the cables won't show, but you can see close up it has some lightness. So I think it's one of those sweaters where in person it'll look good.
Oh. I think maroon is a very like classic cable color too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be good.
Nice. Thanks. I feel like it'll look great both in the fall and like Christmas time. Like this is like both an autumn and winter color. So
yeah, I agree.
Oh, an interesting tip we learned. We both took the Sari Nordlund class together, and she was talking about how she does really like dark colors in cabled sweaters, but they don't photograph well, but they look very good in person. So she said she always knits her samples in light colors so they look good in the photos, even though she does really enjoy dark cabled knits. So.
Yeah, and she says the cables shows really well in person because the person's like moving around. So
yeah,
I definitely think you picked a good color.
I'm excited for this. It'll probably be my next cast on.
Nice.
Another exciting purchase I got at La Mercerie was a drop spindle, which I feel like some of you might be super excited for because you guys know I don't spin, but I've always been intrigued by it, and I thought the drop spindle was a good way to enter the craft. I'm not saying I'm gonna become like a spinner, but I feel like I can't not try it, so.
Yeah, there were so many people spinning at Flock, and it was so cool to watch. And also there were so many beautiful fibers, and I was like, I really wish that I was good at spinning so I could use all these like really pretty fibers, so I'm excited for you.
Yeah. I feel like part of the reason I want to spin is so I can buy the beautiful fibers.
Yeah.
So this is the drop spindle. I got this really cool purple color, and this is by Kromsky. So I don't know if you can see the logo there. I know nothing about it. I watched one like 12-minute YouTube video on it last night.
Oh, nice.
By Shacked. But I wasn't doing anything. I was just watching it before bed. Excited to try this out. We'll keep you all posted on my drop spindle adventures.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. So I didn't get anything at La Mercerie. I wanted to I knit much slower than Amy, so I knew that I had like a limited amount of projects that I could plan for. So I wanted to like save all of my yarn purchasing for Flock. But I really enjoyed Bainbridge Island, so.
It was really cute. So yeah, the next shop we went to was the Lamb and Kid. And they mostly have hand-dyed yarn. I didn't know that they were like a hand-dyed yarn company. I thought they were just like a yarn store, but they have so many different beautiful bases and so many beautiful colors. They did gift me a gift card that I was not expecting at all when I went in the store. So like part of this is considered gifted. I do just want to like share that. But I was planning on buying it like before. It was cool. It was really nice.
Yeah, they recognized her and then we're like, oh, do you want a gift card? So that's a pretty cool experience.
It was. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle, if you're watching. So yeah, this is what I had picked out, and this is this beautiful like bright green color. This is their Trio DK. So it's a DK weight yarn, 70% merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And it's just this really cool like clover green color. And I was picturing this in like a beanie, like a statement beanie would be super cute, or like a little small neck scarf, but I'm leaning more towards the beanie.
Wait, can I feel it again?
Yeah.
I wonder what it feels like. Ooh, that's nice.
It is soft because of the cashmere.
Yeah.
The color is called Madras.
Also in your color palette.
Spoiler alert. Actually, I'm not
sorry.
sure. I think this is in my color palette. I can't quite remember.
I think it is. You have some like teals and greens in there. So.
And then I did pick up some Spin Cycle. So they carry mostly their in-house brand, and then they have a ton of Spin Cycle. And they had this beautiful sample of an Andrea Mowry colorwork cowl with Spin Cycle, and it was held with one of the Lamb and Kid 100% cashmere bases. It felt so nice.
Yeah.
Like that 100% cashmere was so nice, but I opted just to get the Spin Cycle for it, and then maybe I'll get the cashmere base for it later. And this is the color Nostalgia. This is their classic dyed in the wool sport weight color changing yarn, and it has all these beautiful like maroons and blues and purples, which you guys know I love.
Yeah, I love that color.
That was Friday before the festival even begun. Purchases were made.
Yeah. It was so cool to go to those yarn shops. I had never been to like Bainbridge before, so it was fun.
Yeah, would recommend. All right, now we'll get into Saturday. Day 1 of flock. So
It was intense.
It was pretty crowded.
Yeah, it was really crowded. I have never been to a yarn festival before, and you had never been to one of that like scale before, right?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so it was massive, lots of shops, and they were so busy.
But we were able to get through pretty much all the booths, but it took us like the whole day. Like I think we got in there at like what, 11:30?
Yeah.
And then we went straight to the merch line.
Yeah.
And it took you what, like half an hour or 20 minutes to get the bag?
Yeah, I really wanted the tote bag, and there was only 5 left when I got my tote, so I'm definitely happy. I mean, I guess now they're pre-ordering again, so that's good for anyone who missed the totes, but I didn't know that at the time, so I was like, I gotta get the tote. Oh, I went to the Sewrella booth, and I got this Petite palette. It was really cool. There was this whole, like, wall of yarns, and I like showed a picture of my rug and was like, this is like the color theme I'm going for, and they just like picked them all out, and it was like perfect. There was like a couple that I was like, that's a little too dark, or like that's a little too like green or something, and then but yeah, it just like came out so perfectly, and it was like such a fun experience. Everyone in that booth was like so like nice and sweet. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna make the Astrid pillow with this. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So yeah, you made it before, so I'm gonna make it. So yeah, that'll be a fun project.
I'll also share my Petite palette that I got at Sewrella. They had these awesome Taylor Swift themed bags since they had their Taylor Swift collection at the booth. So here's mine. I kind of similarly got one to match like our living room rug, which has like some sage greens and some tans, and it has some pops of like terracotta. So this is what Brooke created at the booth. She did it so quickly, which was like really impressive. Like she just put them together, and
I know, and I feel like one of us would just be like, oh, I kind of am like thinking of this, and then she would just like pull 3 like colors and just like know exactly what you wanted somehow. It was crazy.
I'm also gonna make another Astrid pillow. Since the first one I made it as a gift, so I don't actually have it. So I'm excited to have one to keep for the living room in our house. And yeah, I'm realizing now that this kind of looks similar to Serella's winter seasonal palette, which I made another pillow out of.
Oh,
but
well, you know, it's proven.
I know.
Yeah.
It does have some differences.
I forgot to share that at Sewrella with like the Taylor Swift theme, they were like giving out like Taylor Swift friendship bracelets that say Sewrella on them. I feel like you can't really see, but anyways,
Here, I can hold it up.
Yeah, I thought that was so cute. I loved the Taylor Swift vibes. I'm very much a Swiftie, so I loved all the like the Taylor Swift theme colored colors. I also got this yarn from the Explorer Knits and Fibres. I like just absolutely fell in love with it. It's this like blue like jean color. Is it showing?
If you hold it closer to the lens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's this like blue and jean color. It's called Court of Dreams, but it just has like a slight color variegation, and yeah, sorry. It has a slight color variegation, and I just feel like it's gonna be like really nice. Like it's not gonna be too like stripy or like, but it'll like be not quite solid either. So I'm really excited to knit with it. I got 2 skeins the first day, and then I was looking at what patterns to do, and I think I'm gonna do, I think it's called the Miles Tee by Ozetta, but that needed more like 3 skeins for my size, so I was like, I don't want to run out. I got a 3rd so that I have options, but this is my first like fingering weight yarn, so definitely worried for like how long this project's gonna take, but I'm very excited.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the earthy sock base. So this is 100% non-superwash merino, fingering weight, 436 yards per skein. So that'll be really nice, the non-superwash.
It's so like soft and squishy. I'm nervous about doing the like I've never knit with like hand-dyed fiber before, so I'm nervous about like switching for each row like you're explaining, but I'm sure you'll guide me.
It's not that bad. Luckily, the pattern is all like stockinette mostly, so it won't give you that much trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll share what I got from Explore Knits and Fibres, which I'm super excited about because I'd never actually gotten or used yarn from Explore Knits and Fibres. I feel like every time they have a pre-order, they sell out in like an hour. And I can't shop that quickly. I need my time to decide. So had a full 5 hours at the festival to decide what colors I wanted. So I ended up getting these two skeins, which are so pretty. So these are both in the Rockies DK base, which is 100% superwash merino. There are 274 yards per skein in this. So this color, I think it's from the Iceland collection because this definitely looks like an Icelandic word that I don't know how to pronounce. I think it's Rainsifjara Beach.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
But it's this beautiful, dark, kind of moody, blues, purples, really beautiful, variegated. And then to coordinate with it, I got this color called Lavandula, which is like a cream, or maybe like an icy blue base with like purple and green and blue speckles. It's like very light. And I kind of want to hold these together for a reversible hat.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Millette beanie by Sari Nordlund, where the brim changes depending on which side you wear the hat on.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. So these
they
together.
really go so good together. They feel like the reverse of each other, like a little yin yang action.
Definitely.
Also at Explore Knits, I got this Suri alpaca lace.
This one's really pretty.
It's like this really pretty rainbow white. It's so soft. I'm so excited about it. It's called Sagrada Familia. But yeah, I just love it so much. And I am going to pair it with a white. I'm going to hold them together. And I think I'm also going to make a beanie with this. I just think it would be so nice as a beanie. And I think I'm going to get a colored pom-pom for the top of it. But I think I'm going to wait until after I've knit it to see what I feel like the most prominent color is.
I like that idea.
I got this one at La Mercerie, not from their store, but from their booth. And this is superwash merino and nylon, and it's in the color Winter by La Bien Amie, or Amy. I don't know how to...
I think most people say Ami for the brand, but her name is Amy.
Yeah, well I know someone also named Amy, but they spell their name like this, so I was like, Very excited for that project, and I feel like that will be pretty quick.
Yeah. Do you mind if I show the Sari up close on the camera?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just so they can see all the colors. It definitely looks cooler wound or unwound.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks cool from this angle. But the winding service at the festival was really nice.
Yeah. I just dropped off these skeins and then they wound them and then texted me when it was done, so it was nice.
So this inspired me to get some yarn at another booth. I almost picked up the same color from Explore Knits, the rainbow, but I was going to get just a fingering. But then I saw this at a booth by Oshen Knits, who I've heard of before, but I've never shopped from before. So I got these. Very similar vibe, and I just fell in love with just the pastel, but it's also kind of neon.
Yeah.
And it's just rainbowy. So yeah, this is the brand Oshen Knits. I love how the label and branding is all that metallic-y holographic style. This is mermaizing. Both colors are mermaizing. So I got the sock weight wool. So this is fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And then I got the same exact color in their silk mohair. This is 64% kid mohair and 36% silk. There's 459 yards in a 50-gram skein. And I was going between the Sari and the mohair, and I opted for the mohair just because it had a little bit more of that luster from the silk that I thought would look really cool. And I'll definitely hold these together for probably a beanie.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I didn't realize that your base was also the exact same breakdown as mine. So I thought your fuzzy one was Suri, and so I was like, oh my god, we're knitting the exact same fibers too. But
ooh, can we compare them next to each other?
Which one?
Here, we can hold them up. Very nice.
Yeah. I wanted more of a vague like coloring, so that's why I went with the white.
It'll look good,
yeah.
for sure. The beanie I might make with mine is a Sari Nordlund beanie. I forget the name of it. It's like big and ribbed, and I'll put it on the screen when I remember the name.
I have no idea what I'm gonna make, but if I think of something, I'll text you so you can put a picture up.
Oh, nice.
We both got these. They're by Hello Lavender, and she made these like custom flock stitch markers.
She had so many really beautiful designs at her booth, but I feel like I had to get the exclusive flock ones.
Yeah.
But they were all so stunning. Like, I can't believe she makes these all by hand.
Yeah, there were so many ones that I wanted, but I was like, I can't buy all of them. But she had so many like little vegetable ones, and like she had this like really cute granny square one that I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, the granny square one is cute. We also stopped at the Making Treasures booth, and they have a bunch of really cool like stationery specific for crafters and just like accessories like row counters and stuff.
Yeah.
We ended up getting these tags, which I'll have to take out of the envelope. But they're little fabric tags that you can put on the back of your knitwear. I think it'll mostly help with figuring out which is the back side of the sweater, which sometimes I struggle with. But they're all like super cute. This one says this is the back. And it's just like a nice little ribbon. They each have folds, so it should be pretty easy to sew them on. Because right now I don't put any tags in my knitwear, and I should put more.
This one was my favorite. It was like, these like alpaca and like sheeps. And I thought they were very cutesy, and so I think I'm gonna put it on like a baby sweater for my niece.
Cute. Ooh, this is another one of my favorites. It says 5 out of 5 stars. Would make again. So I got a bunch of these. I have some work to do when I get home with my sweaters. More stitch markers. These are from Sari. And I kind of knew her from Instagram, and she just gave these to me. So she doesn't have them for sale anymore. I know she used to have an Etsy shop, but this is just like a really nice gift. And they're kind of surprise stitch markers. So I actually haven't opened mine yet.
Oh, I opened mine, so I know what they are. And then they're so cute.
Oh, these are pretty. Here's one. They're just little like gemstones. This one is blue. Very pretty.
Yeah, I have gemstones as well, but then she also gave this strawberry milk one. Oh. So yeah, that's super cute. Yeah, that was really sweet of her to give us the stitch markers.
It was. Ooh, okay, on theme, I also got something strawberry. Look at this strawberry charm. That's adorable.
Yeah, and then my other pack has a strawberry as well. So.
Cute.
Nice, now we have matching. Okay, I think that's all I got. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow, I still have so much more to share. This is a project bag from Black Pearl Magic. I have been wanting one of these bags for so long. I've seen other people with them, and they're like this plasticky kind of like vinyl. This is like a very faint like pink, and you can see it's glittery. It has the box bottom. This I think is the medium size, so it should hold like, it won't hold a sweater, but it'll hold like a hat or a scarf or socks. The zipper is really cool. It's like this rainbow metallic, and even the zipper teeth are rainbow metallic too. It's really cute.
Yeah, I loved her whole booth.
And she was so fun to meet and talk to.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Shayla watches my videos, so that was really cool. So if you're watching, hey Shayla, thanks for the bag. So yeah, here is their logo. Super cute.
Yeah, I love it.
I knew going into the festival that I really wanted to get a self-striping sock yarn skein because I've never knit with one before, and obviously they seem super cool. So I was like kind of on the hunt for a booth that had them. Honestly, I feel like there's like a shortage of self-striping sock yarn dyers. I think if you're looking for a business idea, we could use more of those. Because I feel like I have a difficult time finding them. They're not like nearly as saturated as other yarn dyers. So this is from Geektastic Fibres, and this is a self-striping yarn. The colorway is called Falling in Love Craftshian. So this is 75/25 merino nylon, 437 yards per skein, and it's kind of dark, moody, the colors I like. It's got greens and reds and blues, and I'm excited to wind this up because I feel like you can really see the like stripes in the yarn cake once it's wound, and then of course knitting with it will be fun because
they had so many amazing colors there.
Yeah,
I really wanted to get some as well, but I was like, I already know that I have like too many projects at this point.
I'll share some mini skeins that I got. These are from Coats & Co. They had a really pretty booth with just lots of solids, and this is their 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon base. This is a 20-gram mini, and I just got 4 of these colors just to add to my minis collection. I am contemplating doing like a custom advent calendar for myself. I thought that I might purchase like a full set of 24 minis at the festival, but I was kind of overwhelmed by the idea of doing that. So
yeah.
And I have a lot of minis already at home.
Yeah.
Which, if you watch my channel, you guys know I have a lot of minis. So I'm thinking that I just got like a few colors that I like, and I think I'm gonna go home and go through all my minis and then assess like what I can make with what I already have.
Yeah, and you can always get more too if you don't have enough with like those and the ones at home combined.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the thing I'm most worried about is making a cohesive color palette, but it's easier to buy more than to like be stuck with a lot and not know what to do with them. So.
We need Brooke from Sewrella to help us.
True. The last things I got were fiber for my drop spindle. So at first I got this from Little Fiber Co. I have been following her Instagram for a while. She makes such beautiful like hand-dyed yarn and hand-dyed fiber. This is the color Pavlova. Now this is 100% Corriedale. Now, as someone who never spins, I know nothing about like spinning fibers. All of that is going to be like brand new learning curve for me. So I'm not sure if this is going to be like my first spin. I know that my first spin or even my first like 10 spins are not going to be good. So I feel like I'm a little nervous about using like such beautiful like hand-dyed fiber for like my very first spin. This is 4 full ounces. So we went to another booth, and this is just as beautiful. So this is from Blarney Yarn, but this was like a little bit cheaper because instead of 4 ounces, it's 2 ounces. And this is 100% Blue Face Leicester. And the woman at the booth said that Blue Face Leicester is a really good beginner fiber for spinning because it has a very long staple length and it's like grippy. So I think this might be what I spin with first just because it was like a little bit cheaper and it seems like a good starter fiber based on the advice.
Yeah, for sure. I was like not prepared for how pretty all the fiber was going to be. I feel like I haven't really seen that much like fiber in person before, and it honestly made me really want to start spinning, which is crazy because I like only knit a little bit. So I'm jealous of your new hobby. I hope that it comes out amazing.
I hope, yeah. I'm excited to try it. Maybe I'm scared of the bad spins I'm gonna have, but I guess that's just par for the course.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. This is the color Hermione, by the way, and it's just this beautiful like autumnal purple, some oranges, and a nice contrast with this like bright blue. So both color stories that I really like.
Yeah, no, they're so nice. Overall reviews of Flock.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. Definitely like...
Oh, should we talk about our class?
Oh, we should talk about our class.
Okay.
The class was Sari Nordlund. So we took the class called Cable Knitting Techniques, and it was going over like what a cable is, like how to do a cable. It was super helpful if you've never knit a cable before, but you haven't, right?
Yeah, I knit cables once when I was like 15. I made a headband, but I like haven't touched cables since, so I completely forgot how to do it. And I like intended to practice before we went, but I didn't practice just because like things have been busy. So anyways, yeah, it was really approachable for a beginner. Yeah, I feel like it like really taught me how to do cables again, so it made me feel like excited to potentially do a cable project in the future. I think because I took that class, now I might go for a beanie that has cables in it with the like white and rainbow yarn.
That would be pretty.
So I think that'll be really pretty.
Yeah, I enjoyed the class. As someone who already knows how to cable, I thought it might be a little bit too beginner for me, but I just really wanted to take a class with Sari Nordlund. But she taught me like so much that I didn't know, because she went over a whole section about how gauge changes with cables, which I didn't even realize, like how the frequency of cables can affect the gauge. Like if you have a 4-stitch cable, but the cables are every other row, that gauge is going to be way tighter than if you have a 4-stitch cable, but the cables are every 6 rows.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was news to me.
Yeah, and then she also taught us how to knit without a cable needle, which was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was awesome because I had not been able to figure that out yet. And just the technique that she uses is not a technique I've seen before, and it worked so much better than every other tutorial I've seen.
Yeah, I probably, like, going forward when I do my first cable project, I probably will still use a cable needle just because I feel like I'll be more likely to, like, drop stitches, but definitely in the future, if I become more of a cable expert, I feel like I'll, like, implement the technique that she taught us, but yeah. Oh, and then she showed you how to do the twists for the upcoming pattern.
Yeah, she taught us how to do a cable needle-less technique for the honeycomb stitch, which is specifically in her Vivian pullover, which is awesome because I'm literally planning on casting that on with the yarn I got at La Mercerie, so I'm ready to go to start this sweater.
Yeah, that was like the only like pattern that she called out where she was like, I'm gonna give a specific tip, and I was like, Amy, that's the sweater you're about to knit. So yeah, it was very exciting.
It was a great class. She was a great teacher. She was funny. She had some like really funny like anecdotal stories.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her class. I also liked that at the end she kind of went over like all of these different cable patterns, and she showed how like everything's pretty much the basic like left or right cable. It just like varies in like frequency and like pattern, so like don't be overwhelmed by like choosing different cables. So that made me feel better.
Yeah. She was like, every cable is so easy, but that doesn't mean it's not time consuming.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think I can see that.
Yeah. So.
I'm still working on a cabled sweater by her from last fall that I need to finish.
Yeah.
It's slowly becoming one of my longest whips, which, because normally I finish a sweater in like 2 months.
Do you feel like the no cable needle technique will help you finish it faster?
I think it will. So
nice.
I'm excited to pick it back up. Flock was really cool. It was awesome. I hope to be able to come back for another Flock Fiber Festival in Seattle.
Yeah, would love to have you back. Yeah, yeah, it was really fun. I feel like I'm like new into the world of knitting. I've knit like 2 or 3 garments so far, and I've just done it with like the We Are Knitters knit kits. So it was really nice to like pick out my own yarns and like see hand-dyed yarns, and yeah, I feel like I'm jumping off the deep end a little bit. I feel like I'm gonna suddenly like knit all the time now.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. So that's our recap of Flock and our little haul. So thank you, Leslie, for guest starring.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
I wanted to wrap up the video with a few more shots of things that we did while visiting the Seattle area. The ferry to Bainbridge Island was a really cool ride, and I really enjoyed all of the sights of the city while on the boat. Of course, highlights of the weekend also included visiting the La Mercerie yarn store that had beautiful sample knits and so much yarn to squish, as well as the Lamb & Kid yarn store that also had beautiful yarns. And what's a trip to Seattle without a visit to Pike Place Market, where we got to see all the beautiful fresh flowers and some sights of the water, and enjoyed some pierogi for breakfast before the festival. Got to see a fish being tossed and marveled at the gross and interesting gum wall. There is a yarn store in Pike Place, which was cool to visit, and of course can't forget about the great time we had at the Seattle Convention Center Summit. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to the men of Flock who carried our bags for the whole time. Right near Flock was the Starbucks Reserve Roastery, where I got to stop by and get a toffee flavored latte that was really good. Throughout the whole weekend it was pretty hazy and hard to see Mount Rainier, but glad on the last day we were able to see it peek through the clouds. We did take a small hike on the Twin Falls Trail, which was beautiful, and I overall just really loved all of the sights of the Pacific Northwest. I hope to be able to visit again someday, and I really enjoyed my weekend there. Until next time, Seattle.